Okay, simple enough so far. Well, what do you do now, Joe? Where do you start and all that? Well, I'm gonna start in a hard place again, underneath, because that's kind of hard to reach, and I've got to reach under there, bend over, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna start right here and try to pull the stuff up that way, and then break it off and stuff, and then just keep going. But then once I get to maybe about there, I don't want to keep going that way, do I? Plus I'm gonna, in order to do that, I'd have to reach real far from here to go that way. Or I'd have to go from there and reach backwards and pull the stuff towards me. I don't want to do that, do I? Because there's no wall there. So once I get this, probably from here over to the edge of the sink, let's say, we'll just have to see how that works. Then I'll probably start from here and work that way towards the sink, see? Towards the sink, and then this from here going boom that way. And when I get to the edge, I'll try to keep pushing the stuff up that way so I don't get it all down here. If I get a whole lot here as I'm doing this, then I'll just have to constantly be watching that sweep up. Little by little, I'll end up getting it, okay? So that's what my game plan is. Always kind of step back for a minute and think, okay, how am I going to tackle this? And see, I'm going to take the concrete out. See how thick the concrete is? When I say concrete, it's usually mortar. It's just mortar, and it will break up in pieces. And then there's a piece of metal mesh underneath that, or chicken wire, depending how old it is. I'm going to take all that up first. Before I even try to wedge these off of here, I start wedging those off, and if it comes out kind of funky and I try to pry it, I could start marking up the top edge. See, there's not much room there, is there? Look at that. That's the drawer that pulls out. That's how close it is to that. See, these aren't drawers. These are fake face frame drawer ends that are popped in next to the sink. But see, there's not much room there, is there? So I gotta be extra careful with those. Once I start digging this up and I get up here, if this is loose, then I can drop back and pull one off that's loose, let's say. And I'm not gonna really worry about these. Once I get this over to here, yeah, I could take this piece off. These three pieces, right? Because then there's a metal piece there too. I don't want to be reaching over too far, hitting that metal on my stomach. You see what I mean? And so you just have to pick and choose a place to start and go for it. Okay, so I'm gonna start over there, and I'm gonna set you up. Let's see how I'm gonna do this. I'll set you up over here. I can't leave it very long, mind you, because it's going to get dusty in here, and then I don't want it to get in on my lens. In fact, well, I think my lens is still pretty clean. I might want to wipe that off after a while with a cotton swab or something. But I can't leave this in here too long, or else it's going to get all dusty. And then the thing that closes on the lens every time I shut it off, eventually that's going to get stuck. Once upon a time, I had a camera and it got stuck. I was out at the beach, and somehow a little flake of sand got in there. And come to find out, it wasn't on warranty or anything, and it was pretty much they couldn't guarantee that they could even fix it. So I'd have to ship it someplace, pay for somebody to try to fix it, and then get back a 5-year-old camera. At that point, it was basically cheaper to buy a new camera than to take an old one in to get it fixed, okay? Well, that's how I got a new video camera once upon a time. But anyways, let's see what sort of damage I can do. And this stuff is very tedious, and we'll just have to see how it goes here. And I might want to dig a little hole with my claw hammer or my nail puller. I don't want to hit too close down here. I've got the edge of the cabinet here, pretty close. And I'm not really going to pry too much on it, but it looks like it could be loose a little. Mind you, there's a layer of plywood underneath here. It's about 3/4 inch plywood, so I'm in between that. So I can wedge on it a little bit, but I know there's no way I'm going to be able to pry this up in big chunks. Okay? Because, again, I'm protecting the floor, I'm protecting the wall, I'm protecting the cabinets. I don't want it to come up in big, huge pieces, do I? I get it up high enough. Now I've got a gap between there. See, I got it up off the bottom of the plywood a little bit, so now I can beat down on it because it's just mortar and break it in some chunks, some starting chunks. I want to keep it from all flying that way if I can. I mean, granted, some of it's going to get on the ground no matter what I do, right? But at least I can get it started here this way. That tile broke, came right off. Like I'm saying, no sense trying to wedge it off and break something or affect my drawer if I don't have to. So I'm going to leave that. See, this edge is nailed on with sheetrock nails. I got to be careful with that. See, lots of your mortar is going to be stuck right onto the metal. And so what I'm trying to do is get chunks of it separated between the metal and the bottom of the concrete. You see what I mean? Now in some places that's not going to happen. I'm going to get a piece like that I want to try to get off the metal. And then fold the metal back down. I've got all kinds of stuff on the floor now. I've got to be careful of that. I'm going to sweep it up here in a minute. This is where you're going to start smelling the concrete dust. That I can take off blocks with just this. You know? Rather than this. With this, you can take out the whole thing. So now I get a stiffer bar, my flat bar this way. I don't want to pry too hard on it because I don't want to break the plywood. Let's see, if I get it up high enough, then I can break it in chunks. And so like I say, it's just slow. It's slow going. Okay? Now there's one big piece here. I may just leave it on a piece of metal, or if it comes off, it comes off. Great. Okay. See, some pieces. One piece there I can leave. I don't have to take every single piece off. All right. I'll get it going this way a little bit. Let's take this and see what happens. And then that's going to work if I get underneath the metal. Then it goes up underneath and could break off some of the concrete that way. That's good. See there? So there's just different things you're going to have to try. Get it up like that, break this. I can get it up higher, a little higher, and instead of using my hammer, I could use this like a hammer, and then I can claw it off. But see, I don't want to claw it too much because I don't want too much of it to come on here. If I was left-handed, it'd be easy. So once I get a little bit further here, I'm going to want to claw it off this way. See, so it kind of stays off of there. So I've got a certain mindset how I want to take this off, how I want to take it off, how I don't want to take it off. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to have to stick with my game plan. And I think the best thing for me to do is to take this little section off here. Then I can somehow get rid of some of this. This cuts off with my 10 snips. You know, this stuff cuts pretty easy. And another way I found is just taking my claw hammer and pulling on it. But mind you, most of the concrete stuff has to be off it before I do that because I don't want it saturated all on my floor. Like right now, I got it all over the place on the floor. So before I work anymore, I'm gonna sweep all that up. Okay? I even got a piece. You might have seen it fly towards the camera. See, I got a piece all the way over there. See? That's why I got to be careful when I'm taking this off. I don't want to punch holes through my plastic. Okay? See all this down here on the floor? Yeah. I'm going to spend probably a minute sweeping that up before I go some more. And chip, 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 chip. I've got plenty of things to choose from on how to get that out of there. One little bit at a time. You know? Play it smooth and steady.